we're live. So we're gonna make some chia pudding, but before we start, I'm gonna share this on the recipe site so then you can all follow along on there, and I'm gonna share it on my site. So while I'm doing that, you can get your ingredients that you'll need to get together. So you'll need chia seeds. We're gonna make an orange dreamsicle. So you'll need an orange. You're gonna need, let's see, raspberries, because we're gonna make a raspberry lemon. Then you're going to need some plain Greek yogurt, or if you have plain or plant-based Greek yogurt, whatever you want to use. Let's see. I'm going to do a watch party, but I can't find the live video. So you're going to need some pineapple because we're going to make a Pina Colada chia pudding. We're going to make 3 different kinds. It's going to be very fun. Let's see if I can find this video. So I'm sharing it on the recipe page so you can get your ingredients. You're going to need some lemon juice, bananas. Of course, we always need bananas. They're like the sweetener of bright line eating. What else? Pineapple. You're going to need 3 bowls because we're going to make 3 different kinds. Oh, I'm not finding it, so I can't do a watch party, but I'll just share the video on the recipe site so you can follow along. You're going to need your scale. I found at the store coconut extract, so it's like vanilla extract, but it's coconut, and lemon extract. You don't have to have those. You could use shredded coconut and then have this for lunch, because then the shredded coconut would be your fat. But if you use the coconut extract, then it doesn't really count as anything because it's like vanilla extract. So let me just share this video so then we can all cook along together. Here we go. Share it to the group because I love my recipe ideas for Bright Line's Facebook group. You guys are so great. Okay, there we go. It's shared. So let me get the recipe up. And let me put you in your little holder here. I gotta turn this around. And this time I'll be able to see the comments because I'm gonna flip the phone around so it'll be easier. Let me just put you in your little holder. There we go. All right, so let's just position this a little bit better. There we go. So let's start cooking. So first we're gonna do our raspberry lemon chia pudding. Now if you've never had a chia pudding, it kind of reminds me of a tapioca pudding texture with it. And it gets nice and thick. You can leave it in the fridge for about 30 minutes, or I like to do it overnight, or you can leave it in there longer and it'll be just fine. So we're gonna make a raspberry lemon chia pudding. So you're gonna need a bowl. I like these cute little bowls. I found it at a thrift store. Then we're going to zero our scale, and we're going to do 3 ounces raspberries. Now, if you leave this overnight, you could just do your raspberries frozen. And I bet if you do it just a half an hour leaving it in the fridge, they would thaw by then. So I like to get just Walmart organic brand raspberries. You could use fresh raspberries, frozen raspberries, whatever you have. So we're going to do 3 ounces of those. That'll be half of our fruit portion. One. Oop, that's like 4. Put some back. 3. Perfect. Okay. Then I'm going to wipe my hand up because I got raspberry juice all over it. Then we're going to do an ounce of lemon juice because we want this super lemony. So here's my lemon juice. We're going to zero the scale. You could measure, it'd be about 2 tablespoons, but it's just easier. You have your scale right here. I might as well just measure it. So we want 1 ounce. And if you go a little bit over, it's okay because it'll just be extra lemony if it's 1.2 or 1.1 ounce. Then we're going to do an ounce of water. You could use hot water or cold water or just lukewarm water. I'm going to use cold water because it'll keep everything nice and chill. So let me just get a little water in here. So we want 1 ounce. Then we're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of lemon extract. If you don't have lemon extract, you could do lemon zest, but I don't have any fresh lemons with me, so I'm going to do the lemon extract. I'm going to get a little measuring spoon. We're going to do 1/4 ounce. You could skip this step altogether if you don't want it as tart and lemony. 1/4 teaspoon. Then we're going to do 1/2 ounce of chia seeds. It's a little bit more than a tablespoon, so I always like to measure or weigh it instead of measuring it, because then you know exactly how much you're supposed to get. So we're going to do 1/2 ounce. .5. Then we're going to do 2 ounces plain Greek yogurt. You can skip this step and maybe use more water if you want, but I like the creamy texture of adding the Greek yogurt in with it. And the next morning, or if you have it in about 30 minutes, the texture is just perfect. So we're going to do 2 ounces of Greek yogurt. That's 1/4 of our protein. 2 ounces. Then we're going to give this a little mix because we want our chia seeds to be coated in the liquid. We want everything nice and covered and mixed together. The main thing is to make sure you don't get a big clump of chia seeds, because they get kind of hard if you leave it for the 1/2 hour and they're just kind of there by themselves. So you want to make sure that those are nice and distributed evenly as much as you can. Put the chia seeds in there. Alright, so here is our lemon raspberry. I'm going to tilt it, I don't want to spill it. Chia pudding. So then you could have this for breakfast, and you would side it with 1/2 protein, because the 1/2 ounce of chia seeds is 1/4 of our protein, and then the 2 ounces Greek yogurt is 1/4 of our protein, so that together is 1/2 protein. So you would side it with 1/2 protein and then a morning grain. So what I would do is I would do 1 ounce of puff kamut, or you could do puff rice, or you could do just oats on top, or you could do 1 ounce of shredded wheat, crumble it up, put it on top. That would be really yummy. So I'm probably going to do that tomorrow morning, have 1 ounce of puff kamut with this. You could have this for lunch also, because it's just 1/2 protein. So then you would side this. Oh, and you get 3 ounces fruit besides this, because this is only 1/2 of your fruit. So for lunch, you could have 6 ounces vegetable, 3 ounces fruit, 1/2 protein, and a fat, and your chia pudding. So this goes a long ways. So now we're going to make our second chia pudding. So we're going to make an orange creamsicle chia pudding. So I have another bowl here. So we're going to 0 our scale. So we're going to do 3 ounces banana in this one. So we're going to take our banana, and we're going to mash this, but we want 3 ounces. I'm going to cut this little piece off because it's kind of brown. And a tip, the riper your banana, the sweeter it is. So don't use super green bananas, because your chia pudding won't be as sweet. Okay, so we got, oh, we want 3 ounces. That's only 2. 3.5, too much. 3.1, still too much. 3 ounces, perfect. So now let's mash this up. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them while we're making this. What did all of you have for lunch? I had, guess what, a chia pudding. I had made it last night, and then I thought, oh, let's all make chia pudding together. So I had a coconut cashew chia pudding. That was really good. And then this morning I had made some oatmeal cookie things. That was really good. That'll be in a cookbook coming soon. Okay, so we have our 3 ounces banana. Then we're going to do 2 ounces water in this because our fruit isn't as watery as our raspberries were. So we're going to do 2 ounces water. Oop, I need a little bit more water. Okay, then we're going to do our 1/2 ounce of chia seeds. So 0 the scale. We're going to do 1/2 ounce. Four, 5. Okay. Just give this a little swirl because this will start the thickening process. Where did you get your scale? That's a good question, Deanna. I got this scale. It's Escali, okay, or however you pronounce that. I got it on Amazon. I Googled the top 10 scales because we had 2, because there's 3 of us in this house, 3 of us ladies in this house that do bleed. So we have 2 scales. So I wanted to get one of my own because we each just need a scale. So we could be cooking in the kitchen together. They have the OXO scale that Susan Pierce recommends. So I Googled the top 10 and this one came up. It stays on for 4 minutes. It reads it really fast, really accurate. And it was about like 20 bucks online. I think I got it on Amazon. And it comes in really cute colors. I got mine in pink just because I like pink. It doesn't have the pull out reader, but with this raised thing, you can put, I've put a big sheet pan on here and I can still cook with it. So it's spelled Escali, and then I think it's Escali Primo when you look it up on Amazon. Yeah, I really liked it. It's been good for me. It stays on for 4 minutes. That was like one of the big pros of it, and I really like it. So that's that scale. Okay, so we want 3 ounces orange, so I'm going to peel this orange. We're going to do 3 ounces. And another thing I really like about this scale is when you walk away and you come back, the reading doesn't change. Where I was noticing with the OXO digital scale, or whatever it's called, that I would walk away and then it would change weights. It'd be like 1/8 heavier or lighter, and I'd be like, wait a second, it was just 1/8 difference. So that kind of bothered me too. But I do like the OXO that the reader pulls out and it lights up. That's kind of nice. Our power went out a couple days ago. A pole had been hit, so our power was out for about an hour, and it was dinner time, and my scale didn't light up, but the other 2 girls' scales did. So I'm like, hey, you don't need a flashlight for that. But that doesn't happen very often, so. Okay, woo! My orange just squirted everywhere. So we're gonna peel this. Now, I like to break my little orange slices in half when I put it in things like this. So we're going to do 3 ounces total. We're going to break up our orange into little pieces. You could use a knife to cut it, but since my hands are already orange and sticky right now, I'm just going to break it. So you want 3 ounces total of this. I did a parfait, or I just did some yogurt, and I added orange to it. Oh, it was so good. You biting into the juicy orange with the creamy yogurt. Really good. So I'm excited to try this one. I haven't made this before, so it's fun trying new flavors. Okay, so we're at 1.5 ounce, 1.6, 2, and the nice thing about oranges is if you have any left over, stick it in a baggie, stick it in the fridge, or stick it in a container, and it'll last for a while, which is kind of nice. And you could add it in the morning to your raspberry vanilla or raspberry lemon one. All right, 3 ounces. Just gonna rinse my hands so they're not so sticky. Woo. Okay, so we have our 3 ounces orange. Then we're going to add 2 ounces plain Greek yogurt again. So 0 our scale. So then we got nice and creamy chia pudding in the morning, or in about a half an hour if you want to have it for lunch. 1.7. Whoops, 2.1. There we go. 2 ounces. Then we're going to mix this up. And then let it sit. You could let it sit for just about a half an hour, or I would refrigerate it, then it'll be nice and cold by the time you have it. Or leave it overnight, or for a couple days. That's the nice thing about chia pudding, is you could batch make these, make all 3, and then have it for 3 days. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have one for lunch, then have another one for breakfast, then have another one for lunch the next day. Alright, so now we have our orange. Oh, it smells so good. So orange and fresh. Here's our orange creamsicle chia pudding. So then I'm just going to cover this with cellophane, refrigerate it overnight, or for when I'm going to have it. And this is the same thing where you get half a protein and a grain for breakfast. Now this has 6 ounces fruit, so, excuse me, you wouldn't add any more fruit in the morning. Or if you're going to have this for lunch, you'd get half a protein, a fat, vegetables, and that would be your complete lunch. And you get a chia pudding. It's kind of fun. All right, so our next and our last chia pudding we're going to make is a Pina Colada. I'm so excited. Pina Colada chia pudding. So we are going to, I don't even drink wine at all because I just don't. But I like these glasses and they're so fun to have your little parfait in. Then you have this pretty glass with your beautiful parfait. You can see all the layers. I just really like it. That's what I had mine for luncheon today. So we're going to use this as our last bowl. Then I just cover it with cellophane, stick it in the fridge, and then it's good. So we're going to do half an ounce of chia seeds. We're going to do this first. 0 the scale. Three, 4, 5. All right, so we have our half an ounce of chia seeds. Then we're going to do 2 ounces water. Ooh, need a little more water. All right, so we have our 2 ounces water. Then we're going to do 3 ounces pineapple. I just have canned pineapple. Oh, you love your wine. Sadly, it's not Blee approved, but there's no Blee police, so if you want to have your wine, you can have your wine. All right, so I only have canned pineapple because fresh pineapple is just too much work for me, and I don't have it very often. So I'm going to take my fork. I'm going to get a new fork because I don't want yogurt in my can. And I'm just going to kind of not get any of the juice, and I just want the pineapple. So we're going to do 3 ounces pineapple. But fresh pineapple would be amazing in this. We're at 2 ounces. I had started a local little Blee meeting with some ladies, and I put it online, and I had a lady in my area come, and she is so sweet. She suggested that she likes to have her parfait in the morning. She puts like cherries and yogurt, and she likes to use these teeny tiny little spoons because then you enjoy your meal more. And I've kind of noticed that I'm a really fast eater, so I found at a thrift store these teeny tiny little spoons. Then for my birthday, because you know eating healthy has become life, and cooking has become a new way of life when you ask for your birthday, when you are like, hey, can you get me some really long tiny spoons? So I got to show you the little spoons that I got. Really off subject, but when I was looking at this bowl that I'm using, or this cup, I like this spoon. I got it off of Amazon. I just Googled, I think you Googled parfait spoon or even ice cream spoon, or I looked up long handle tiny spoon, and I found these and they're rainbow and they're so cute. Otherwise, I found at thrift store, you know those little designer spoons? Here, I'll show you one. I got one where it has the state on it, and they're just those little teeny tiny silver spoons. This one's Hawaii. I like to use these also. It makes me just feel so dainty. Then I got some tiny little forks on Amazon too. But they make you eat your meal slower, and then you get to enjoy it longer. Because I found I'm a scarfer. I just eat my food and then I'm like, where did it go? So I recommend getting a tiny spoon. It's really fun too. Okay, back to our parfait. Totally got off on that. So now we're going to use our coconut extract. I just got this at Walmart. It was right next to like the almond extract, the vanilla extract, and I thought, hey, coconut extract. And it's just coconut flavors, so there's no sugar in it. So we're going to do a half a teaspoon. You wouldn't have to do this. If you're going to have this for lunch, you could do a ½ ounce of unsweetened coconut flakes, and that would give it the perfect coconut flavor. I'm out of my coconut flakes right now. I have to get some more, but I went to the store just a while ago, so I'm not going to go again for a while. So I'm going to use my coconut extract. So we're going to do ½ teaspoon of that. And then, I've forgotten the other ones. I like to add a pinch of sea salt because salt brings out the sweetness of things a little bit more. So I'm going to add a little bit of sea salt to each of those and then remix them. A little bit of sea salt in each. Okay. Do we need anything else? That's it for this one. So I'm going to mix this up. Oh, forgot the Greek yogurt. Can't forget the yogurt. That gives it the creaminess. So we're going to do 2 ounces plain Greek yogurt. Got 1.6, 1.8, 2 ounces. Okay, so we're going to mix this up. And then again, we'll refrigerate this for a while, overnight, or if you're going to have it, well, it's a little late for lunch now. But if you were going to have it for lunch, you could make this about a ½ hour before, or like 15 minutes. I think it would thicken by then. Okay, so it's almost all mixed up. Oh, and just a hint, don't whack your fork on your cup when it's like this, your little wine cup or your goblet or whatever too much, because I broke my last one. When I was doing that, I'm like, oh, we're going to get it off, and it broke. It was okay. At least it didn't contaminate my chia pudding, so I could still have that, but it broke my cup. So here's our last one, Pina Colada. Oh, it smells divine. I'm so excited to have this. So here's our chia puddings. I'm going to mix. Ooh, this one's already thick. I'll show you. Look at how thick that already is. And it's a little bit frozen because of the frozen raspberries. I'm remixing the sea salt back in there. And sea salt's a good source of electrolytes. Oh, isn't that just such a pretty color? It's so pink and pretty. Then I'm going to remix this one. Ooh, this one's already thickened up kind of nice too. So you could eat this right away if you wanted. Or the longer you let it sit, the nice and thick it'll get. That kind of rhymed. Okay, so that's it. So I'm going to take a picture of these when I have them either for lunch or breakfast. And the same with the Pina Colada one. This one you get 3 ounces fruit on the side because this is only 3 ounces. Will you post your recipe, please? Sure, you can rewatch the video and I go through each step of what it is. So this one, this Pina Colada, is 2 ounces Greek yogurt, ½ ounce of chia seeds, 3 ounces pineapple, a dash of sea salt, and a ½ teaspoon of coconut extract. And then you just mix it all up. Oh, and 2 ounces water. So you just mix it all up, refrigerate it for about a ½ hour or so. The raspberry one is 3 ounces raspberry, 2 ounces Greek yogurt, ½ ounce of chia seeds. And then I think this one was 1 ounce of water, 1 ounce of lemon juice, dash of sea salt, mix it all up. You could do a little vanilla extract in there if you want, but it's pretty good without it. And then the orange creamsicle, that was 3 ounces banana, 3 ounces orange. Then you break all the pieces up. 1/2 ounce of chia seeds, 2 ounces water, 2 ounces Greek yogurt, and then, oh, the raspberry one had a 1/4 teaspoon of lemon extract to give it the extra lemon because it's raspberry lemon yogurt. And then you could have this for breakfast or lunch. Oh, recipe in written form. Okay, I'll write down the recipe and I'll post it in the comments below. And then I will take a picture when I do have these. So then you can see the finished product and what I side it with. Today I had one for lunch and I had a salad on the side with avocado because that one had tahini and cashews in it. So that was all my protein. So then I had a beautiful salad with avocado and some Greek dressing that I make that's just Dijon, lime juice, and some spices. It was really yummy. But yes, I'll post the recipe below. And that's it for these. Thank you for watching and joining me. If you have another recipe that you would like to see made, or I don't know, you want a recipe that you've seen from my cookbook, we'll cook it together. Because it's so fun cooking with you guys. It's so fun answering your questions and seeing what you have to say. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. With joy, Natalie.